And now we have the anthems of both of the two nations here at the KC Stadium.
Fiji and England.
It's always a rousing way to start any international game in any sport. The national anthems get the blood pumping. It's England against Fiji, and there will be a moment's silence as well ahead of this game, because
now it is with deep sadness
earlier on today the news broke that Steve Prescott, as you can hear, as well as the Remembrance Sunday celebration.
England and Ireland player Steve Prescott. Everybody involved with the game of rugby league will be saddened at the loss of this truly inspirational man. Throughout his long illness, Steve was always dignified, noble and brave, not least during his fantastic charity work for the Steve Prescott Foundation. Please stand for a minute's silence so we can show our respect for Steve Prescott.
Very touching moment as the silence broke into spontaneous applause for the former St Helens, Hull and Wakefield Trinity Wildcats player Steve Prescott, who died from a rare form of stomach cancer at the age of 39 earlier on today. Of course, former England and Ireland international, diagnosed back in 2006 and given only months to live, but raised thousands of pounds in the years since. And the Fijian side now gathering for another part of their traditional season game warm-up for their traditional prayer. Become one of the iconic moments, hasn't it, ahead of all of the games, whether it be the traditional war dance or a prayer. Of course, religion, very important to many of the players, including the Pacific nations, as we get ready for kick-off. England against Fiji in Group A here at the KC Stadium. Both of them looking for their second win and to finish as high up in the group as they can. And our commentary team is Brian Noble, as well as Dave Watts.
Well, the emotions in Holland throughout Rugby League hanging heavy with the desperately sad news of Steve Prescott's passing, but I'm sure those England players today will draw on his inspiration. This is the way they are lining up today. England with Sam Burgess back from suspension and gets a go up front. Tom Briscoe keeps his place on the wing. Michael McIlroy, with all his toughness he brings to the tournament, is at hooker, and Rob Burrow with the potential to excite us all when he comes off the bench. Fiji, it's a sibling setup. The Bruce brothers in the pack, Ashton Tarek and Corbin Sims. The Nanguama boys, Kevin at fullback and Wes in the centres, and the Millards, Darrell at centre and Ryan at standoff. There should be no lack of understanding in that Fijian side today, should there? There he is, the old man, Petro Sivanasiva, coming to the end of what has been a fantastic, fabulous career, representing his home nation. And Sam Burgess going up against him today as well. Starting in the front row, Sam. That'll be a confrontation to look forward to.
Make sure we're behind the line.
It's a whole game to look forward to. Our referee today is Ben Cummings. Video referee available if necessary is Shane Hayne. And what's not to love about this World Cup? It has been a lifetime of adventures and fabulous memories already. It's only been going a fortnight, but it's taken us to Bristol and Workington and Cardiff and Wrexham and now Hull and all points in between. We've had some wonderful matches, some wonderful moments, wonderful tries, and this should be good fun as well today, Brian.
This is going to be great fun. Really looking forward to this counter all week.
So England with first touch of the ball. As far as the importance of the game is concerned, let's just put that into context. Both these sides should qualify for the quarter-finals, but they'll both want to finish as the runners-up in Group A to Australia, and to do that, they have to win today. And it's almost certainly going to be France or Samoa for one of these sides in those quarter-finals. Here comes James Graham with an early hit-up, just 5 metres short of that halfway line. O'Loughlin in the middle, Sinfield dropping it off for Westwood, and Westwood spinning around and just inside that Fijian half. Sixth tackle coming up. Sinfield putting it high. Early test here for Kevin Nangama, the fullback who's let it bounce, and he's very fortunate.
I'm not sure he wanted to let that bounce. I think he had every intention, Kevin Nangama, of going to catch that and thought, nah, that's moving too much. It's a great kick from Sinfield to start. Just a little bit too long.
Real platform setup from an England perspective. And a very good crowd here. They've just gone quiet for the moment as Fiji look to drive it forward. Petro Sivanasiva with that early take, and here comes Ashton Sims. who's dealt with well enough by those England forwards.
Well, we've not mentioned him much, Benny Westwood, have we? But he's been pretty impressive this World Cup, and he's a physical presence himself, isn't he?
It's a really physical English pack, isn't it? With Sam Burgess back in it and O'Loughlin, it's the first time in the tournament you've had those two both featuring in the same pack. Here's Sam Tompkins, he of the fancy feet from out back and full back, is going to test this Fijian line, and is just grabbed a hold of and put down by James Storr. So England down this right-hand side with Callum Watkins. Sinfield's the dummy half. Westwood to go galloping forward again here. McIlroy, he brings a lot as well, doesn't he? McIlroy to this English team.
Yeah. On his shoulder, I thought it was a bit of head out. McIlroy does, and John Wilkin alluded to the fact that he's all industry. He's a smart player too.
Real tigerish approach in the middle of the park from McIlroy. It's Ferris who's tackled on the fifth. Here comes the last. McIlroy skipping it back, so Rangi Chase gets a chance to test Kevin Mangama again here. Mangama's a bit more positive this time. He goes up high enough and catches it well.
Well, they handled that one okay. Had a bit of a juggle, but it's a fair carry on the second play from Wacker, isn't it?
Noah Killer-Uati today in this Fijian side. That's a bit of a let-up from England, isn't it? Given his finishing potential on the wing.
Oh, interesting to see. I think that the feedback coming is that he's rested. Wow. They must have some good players on the wing if he's rested.
They gave Pat Richards a real battle, didn't he? A real headache the other night at Rochdale. Just for a hat-trick.
For our viewers, he's a world-class player and finisher. He can score from anywhere.
So Fiji behind the 40-metre mark, and that kick is sent downfield off the boot of Ryan Millard. It's caught by Sam Tompkins. Tompkins running it back here, and England looking to set themselves up. And Tom Briscoe wants very much of these parts. Interesting to see what kind of reception he gets today, having signed for Leeds next season from the club that plays here, Hull FC. It's warm enough so far, it would seem.
Well, England have the early advantage here, Dave. They're making more metres in their sets, and they're kicking a whole lot better than Fiji are at the moment. If they keep this up, it'll only be a matter of time before they get that game-scoring break.
That's Graham with a drive. McIlroy out from dummy half. Sinfield moving it to that left-hand side. Ferris in the left channel. Going no further than that just at the moment. 30 metres to cover. And they've still got a couple of tackles in the back here. Rangi Chase with a little bit of a juggle. He's dealt with it well enough, and O'Loughlin given a very little chance of doing anything with that, and he has knocked it on. He was put under pressure though with a pass, wasn't he?
Yeah, it was the pass, and he was rushed with O'Loughlin, but Chase was rushed previously to that as well, so a little bit of an execution issue there on the end of the set there, and may have come from the pass from dummy half, was out in front because there was a Fijian body in the way, and O'Loughlin can't quite gather that in from Chase.
So 4.5 minutes played in this Group A game. They have both been beaten by Australia, but then they both registered wins against Ireland, and looking for a mood lifter ahead of the quarterfinals here today. Good effort in defence from England. Burgess and Kutjo both getting stuck in. The referee says play it again. Fiji look to build from very much deep inside their own half. England have beaten them. They've played them a couple of times in World Cups over the years and beaten them very easily. Remember a memorable game at Central Park back in 1995 where the PA announcer asked for Mr. B Boston to meet Mr. T Van Vollenhoven behind the main stand, which caused the entire ground to erupt. And England also with an easy win at Headingley back in 2000, but you'd expect anything but an easy win here today. This is Ashton Sims, and that is tackle number 5. Here's Millard, Ryan Millard, one of the many brothers on show today. Tompkins underneath it, has caught it superbly well, and a little bit of a clearance too.
Great confidence for Sam early in this piece. Fijians obviously picking out the fact that they wanted to hear some hooves, some footprints coming towards him, and he handled that really well.
This is Kutjo, who's grown in this tournament, hasn't he? He's a player who really has got some form on the board. Great take by Tompkins. Graham stepping away from the intended tackle of Ashton Sims. England just short of the halfway line. O'Loughlin again goes galloping forward. Sinfield helps it on to Tompkins. They're chiming in here now with Watkins across to Tom Briscoe. Briscoe with the offload back to the middle. Here comes Sinfield. Fiji's defence recovers well enough. And England's plans for the moment are thwarted, but here comes the final tackle in the set. Sam Tompkins with a kick, maybe a little too far off the boot. And an easy take on that far side by Corvetti, who's just got sight of the Fijians in the crowd.
That's a great catch and carry, isn't it? Gets his team rolling. Played 2 on the 40-metre mark from... You're right, Dave, it wasn't the greatest kick from Sam Tompkins. No pressure because the chasers just couldn't quite get there, so they'll be looking to put that right.
Taken in by Bakuya, picked up from dummy half by Storer, and a little dash forward by Petro Sivanasiva, who belies his ferocious figure on the field when you meet him off it. He's a lovely bloke. This now is Aaron Groom, kicking behind Ryan Hall, who's putting the foot down, keeping it in play, knocked it backwards, inside for Tompkins. Tompkins with a little bit of open field in which to run now. Takes them on again with those flying feet, has made the space for Briscoe, and Briscoe for a moment put the foot down. 40 good go, Bakuya came across. There were more there too. It's a penalty because it's high.
It is a penalty, and it was high. You thought Briscoe had the legs, but the Fijians got across in numbers, but the footwork from Briscoe caused the arm to come up, and great pass from Tompkins. He makes the initial break, and you think Tom's down the line, but get that in here. Yeah, it was a fair tackle if you consider it was above the chin.
Well, he stopped, but Bakuya didn't. That was the problem. So penalty England. Ball out of play, just short of the halfway line.
Go.
This is Graham.
Down the open two. Go, one.
Oh, that's come free. That's come free with the offload. So here comes Burgess. And Sam Burgess taking it forward and giving England a real platform here. 8.5 minutes played. McIlaurum out to Graham now. Graham's got the runners to his left, including Rangi Chase, who hurls one to Kutcher. Kutcher with Tompkins just behind. He's going to have a go himself here. Leroy Kutcher, but attracts defenders all the while. McIlaurum jogs up to that dummy half position, and England in excellent position here just at the moment. Sinfield's ball back inside. O'Loughlin. McIlaurum again. Still a couple of tackles to go. Kevin Sinfield. Oh, Burgess couldn't quite drag it in. And it's going to be Fiji who have possession again in the shape of Ryan Miller.
0 tackle. Just pushed the ball a bit too much. They're looking great in their approach work, but can't quite execute that final play, England. They'll be looking to improve on that. And then they give a discipline issue where holding down at the play of the ball, Ben Cummins says, the referee, and that's a let off for the Fijians.
This has been a really encouraging start from England, isn't it?
I think so. Their approach work's been fabulous. They probably need to polish a little bit the ends of their sets. There's just a little bit of confusion as to what they do. We saw the not quite so accurate Sam Tompkins kick, and then there we see a couple of passes they've pushed that haven't quite gone to hand. But they look to be playing, don't they?
So the Fijians with a chance to build from the back here. Petro Sivanasiva pushing it forward again.
Did you accuse Petro Sivanasiva of having a dash before? Is he allowed a dash at his age?
He's allowed anything he likes, Petro Sivanasiva. He's the grand old man of rugby league, isn't he? He's vowed that he's going to leave his boots in Bolton at the end of this. It's where the Fijian training camp is. Told his wife that he ain't coming back to play rugby league anymore. Here's a little run from Aaron Groom.
Good play from Groom. Tried the big dummy and nearly released his outside backs there. Millard could have caught that a little bit earlier off his chest. He was a chance of releasing his winger, but not quite. Best field position so far for the Fijians.
Test for the England defence here. Here comes the final tackle in this set. Up off the boots of Aaron Groom. Tompkins has to come and claim it. Big hands on it from the Fijians. The ball has gone forwards, and it will be a handover.
I think it was one of the big Sims boys that competed for that with Tompkins. It is a handover, and probably their best result from an end of set completion there for Fiji, with a bit of competition for the ball and trying to create confusion in the England team.
McIlaurum out from dummy half. Left it goes to Brett Ferris again. O'Loughlin with a solid drive forward. Robbie Hunter-Paul is down on the touchline. We've got a ball lost here, and what's the referee going to give? He's having a word with the touch judge on the far side to make his decision for him. And it is going to be a penalty for England. So while England settle themselves for this, let's hear from Robbie Hunter-Paul on the touchline. Robbie.
Well, we've just gone past that 11-minute mark now, and this is exactly where Fiji wanted to be. They wanted to keep strangling England, stop them from scoring. England are looking like this time to turn up the pressure, but if they can get to the 20-minute mark, maybe England will start to just feel the pressure and start trying to push the passes.
Well, it's not the tuck-thumping atmosphere just at the moment that England would have hoped. This England crowd, this whole crowd waiting for a reason to emotionally invest in the team in white, but maybe here's the reason as England bring it forward through Briscoe. 20 yards to go. England have been asking most of the questions so far in the game. Tompkins, O'Loughlin. Back it goes to Rangi Chase. Oh, it was very nearly an interception opportunity, but it was just held onto by Leroy Cudjoe. So England back again. Out from dummy half by McIlaurin. James Graham's the man who stands there this time. Rangi Chase now, hurling it to Sam Tompkins with a step and a second. Throwing the dummy, tries to squeeze his way through. Fiji defence closing in, but last tackle coming up. Sinfield. Oh, he slides it in. It's read easy enough by Kevin Mangama.
And again, just those intercepts, Dave. All their approach work is good. They're looking threatening. They're going to create the space for England. I promise you that, but just... they don't mind handing the ball over there, is what I would say on the kick from Sinfield, but no chases accompanying the great kick at the end.
Nothing to scare England so far in this game.
Not well. Yeah, be very wary with your comments, because they've got some individuals that can break it. We know we've seen a couple of kick returns where England defence have hung on, but they look very solid defensively, England. I agree with you in that sense, but it's about concentration. Remember that end of half and things like that, when the engine's starting to creak a little bit, that's when you have to apply your concentration. That's why it's called a test match.
Left it comes to the boot of Ryan at Millard again. Tompkins having to scurry over there. 3 men in that wall advancing, and it proves to be enough. But Millard looks as though it might have been a bit high. The referee's happy enough with that tackle. Ryan Hall's come across to lend his considerable weight and expertise to the position that England find themselves in. Callum Watkins batting away a couple of defenders, and Millard comes out and seeks him down and pulls him down. This is Westwood going into the shoulder of Ashton Sims.
He was looking for him then, Sims, as well. I don't know whether they've had words or not, Dave.
James Graham. 12 strides inside Fijian territory. McIlaurin's got a bit of space, but he slips on the surface. Telling tackle by Tariq Sims. Burgess to Hall. Hall back to the middle, and Tompkins. Tompkins with a kick. Up goes Briscoe into the hands of Callum Watkins. He couldn't quite get clear on the 6th tackle.
Just couldn't get his hands free either, could he? And release Briscoe again. Watkins does a great thing, gets the flick back, can't quite get his hands free to release Briscoe again for the score. There's the challenge, knocked back by Briscoe. Can't get his hands free.
It's a Fijian defence that is just hanging on a little here. England looking to turn up the heat.
England doing great in the respect of all the game is playing in this half of the field, in essence, and they're finding it hard to break the stranglehold of Fiji.
Sivanasiva with a drive forward, not by many yards. He won't make many minutes either today, will he, Petro Sivanasiva, given his relative years, but when he's on the pitch, my word, he is a presence. Storer is the man at dummy half again. Ashton Sims trying to step away. They've got to hold and pull him down. O'Loughlin and James Graham. That's tackle 5. Ashton Sims claiming there's a penalty there. Get up and play on, says the referee. O'Loughlin's just a little slow out of the back of the ruck. The kick is decent enough out of play, but it will be England's head and feet. 25 from their own line.
Well, that's not a bad kick. I think it was Groom that Ashton Sims complaining bitterly that he's been ragged around at the ruck, and that's increased his angst. His face tells you it's increased his angst, but that's not a bad kick from Fiji. Kick the ball into touch, walk to the breakground. He's claiming that O'Loughlin's over his legs, and probably has a point, to be honest.
Very much a veteran of this Fijian side is Ashton Sims, having played in all 4 Fijian games in their memorable campaign back in 2008. They made the semi-finals that year, didn't they? And were beaten by Australia in those semi-finals. And my word, they made some ripples. And they're looking to trouble England here in this game, but England so far are looking okay. 0-0 the scoreline. 16 played. This is Ryan Hall.
Move now.
Three defenders taking care of him. Kevin Sinfield wants to get on with this. In that dummy half roll, he's going to have a little potter forward again, but plenty there to wrap themselves around his neck. So this is McIlaurin. Westwood. Urge and a surge by the Warrington man. McIlaurin. Burgess. Not yet seen him in full gallop, but it won't be long. McIlaurin. Dashing forward again, and a hand, this time from Corbin Sims, has knocked it down. He's given England another 6 here, because they get the head and feet at the scrum.
Yeah, nice play England, trying to exploit a little bit of a ruck play here. Michael McIlaurin running out there. In essence, you've got James Graham in the frame there, but Sam Tompkins out the back, so he's one to entice those Fijian defenders onto him, and one of them just sticks a big woolly mitt out and gets it to the ground. But 6 more plays for England, you're right, Dave.
Damien Johnson, what news on the touchline?
I've got Tom Burgess, one of the Burgess boys with me. Tom, what have you made the start England have made?
Yeah, mate, we've tried to play quick here, and I think the boys are doing a good job of that. Just carry on with the game and see how we go.
Fiji must be happy with their start as well. They've kept it tight.
Yeah, they're very good at scrambling in defence, and they're doing a good job of that. Obviously, a few kicks have been in there, and we've got a few touches back, and they've got straight to the defender there, so they're doing well, mate. They've started well.
Thanks, Tom.
His brother Sam, big brother Sam Burgess, carrying a few with him, getting up and wanting to play this ball quickly. McIlaurin picks up from dummy half. Chance here for England. Sinfield, Tarangi chase with a double, put the dummy. O'Loughlin almost finding a way through. Just stopped. Rangi chase again with a kick. Sam Burgess and Tompkins both after it. Mangama is the man who puts it down. In fact, it's Ryan Millard who puts it down.
Well played, Ryan Millard. Play 4, little kick here from Rangi Chase. Sam Tompkins and Sinfield, was it Burgess aware of that? But you have to say Millard gets across at speed and has no other option to plough the ball dead. Third set on a row now, Dave. In a row.
Well, the pressure might begin to tell here. You'd suspect England need to take advantage of this.
Yeah, and I think that they've been really patient. I'm really impressed with England's patience. They've just got to execute a play that they've got plenty in their locker. We can see that. People showing up in the right place. Michael McIlaurin pivotal to most of the opportunities that they're creating.
So England with another drive here again. 6 more tackles to have a go. Sam Burgess, his first man in, and met physically by a stern Fijian resistance. And a penalty. And a penalty, and a pointed finger from Sam Burgess. He's your man.
Yeah, he's not bothered.
Mr. Sims.
Yeah, come on.
Come and have a go if you think you're hard enough.
Well, yeah, I think he is.
He is hard enough, isn't he? James Graham. Oh, lifted in the air, dumped to the ground. He's not going to like that, is he? He's not going to like that. I think there might be a response later in this game from James Graham. And the immediate impact is a penalty for England.
I think it was Tariq Sims or Corbin Sims. I don't know which one's Sims, but they'll go and report this. It's
Corbin, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Corbin, and they know. They all knew. They know that's outlawed in the game, and whilst it, yeah, that's all right. They'll go and report, I'm sure.
He's got a bit of green grass on his head there. Bit of the marking on his head, James
The
Graham.
good thing was that all the players recognised that it was illegal, and Corbin himself did, James Graham did, stood up straight away and took the heat out of the situation.
To go on report.
He's on report. I think the fans in here felt he should have been spending some time at least on the sidelines with a card, yellow or red. But he remains on the field. And England get a penalty right in front of the sticks.
Yeah, just wait. Back on that line, right there.
They're going to run it. Of course they're going to run it because they've got the Fijians just on the rack here just at the moment. It's Westwood who barges forward. 15 away, England. Sensing an opportunity. Westwood slow up. McIlaurin. James Graham. Good short black pass. And Burgess!
Did he get it down?
I think he might have fumbled it. He did. The Fijians quick to scramble that loose ball in that in-goal area. Ben Cummins is going to just double check here with the video referee Shane Hayne. But is this the opening try or not for Sam Burgess?
We can get a front on, it'll be good. Okay, nice and slow here. He's got the ball. He's got the ball. He's lost the ball. And he's lost the ball short of the line. So he's lost the ball short of the line. Can you just play this on? Yep. Just play this on. We'll see what happens after this. So we've got a knock on short of the line. So just play this on in normal motion. We'll see what happens, please. So he's short. He's just lost control of the ball. Back there. What happens here? Okay, so he gets tackled. So it's no try. It's no try, Benny. We're going back to a scrum to Fiji. It was on tackle 2-1.
Well, I think they know they're going to be disappointed inside this big crowd, the England supporters, because it is going to be denied. Sam Burgess losing the ball, but what about the tackle from Ashton Sims to make sure he did lose that ball?
It was a fair effort, wasn't he? So we saw him a minute ago giving the verbals and the spray to the England team, Sam Burgess particularly, and then he's done the professional thing there and got back and disrupted the try-scoring play from Sam Burgess. James Graham with a great short ball and punches him through the line, and every day of the week he scores that until Ashton Sims turns up. He's having a crack, isn't he?
He's
verbally and physically.
Big game, Ashton Sims. He's very much a presence in that Fijian pack. The man from the North Queensland Cowboys. So 20 minutes played, still scoreless here. England have had their moments and their opportunities. The best of them, that one just a second or so ago. Kudjo's offside, and a penalty for Fiji will help them clear their lines.
Well, that's a big relief, because they've been under pressure for 3 sets, and England got them to crack. Burgess was through, and now the pressure's off a little bit. They hadn't had any ball in England's half, Fiji, and this might be their first opportunity.
So Kevin Nangama is the man to kick it out of play. He's the younger brother of Wes, and he's just about found it. There was a hint there at Ryan Hall might be able to keep it in, but it was no more than a hint. So Fiji with a tap, 5 metres inside the England half, and having weathered that big storm, a chance for them to have a plug here. Here's Corbin Sims. Oh, James Graham.
That's the one. It was James Graham he tackled.
Came flying in. The referee had already shouted hell, but Graham just about got there in time. But Fiji are rolling forward here. They're offering a real physical threat here, the Fijians. 2 drives to within 20 metres of the English line. Aaron Groom. This now is Millard, Ryan Millard. Quick hands into the big hands of Daryl Millard.
Good D from England. Well aware of the spread play from the Fijians there. Get up and close it down on the fringes.
Petro Sivanasiva on the angle, driving it in, attracting defenders to where he will go. But he's given his side a good position here, good platform. 2 tackles to go, 15 out, fairly central. Ashton Sims plays it behind for Aaron Groom to throw it over the top. Kevin Nangama's in the line, a bursting run. Semi Ranranda is just held up. England hanging on here.
Tompkins.
England hanging on, here comes the sticks. It was interference as his pass came away from offside. So a penalty for Fiji.
Clearly see the effect that the Fijians froze on the fringe there. Miller could have got his hands free again. He was in for another score. A great try-saving tackle from Jason Tompkins. The tough side of England that we need to see as well in this game.
Corbin Sims is put down. Only 5 away. Fiji fancy their chances here. Storer to Sivanasiva. Lovely little soft shoe shuffle from the prop forward, which needs to do than say. And he very nearly foxed that England defence. But they recovered well enough. Oh, no.
Great catch from Miller.
Got there in the end.
Storer fired at him at 100 miles an hour. It's hard to catch there.
This is Storer. Here's Nangama. Kevin Nangama. And a posse of England defenders there to make sure he's not going any further than that. So Storer is in a dummy half again. Ryan Millard across the line. He takes in. Clutching effort. Cutting effort by those 2 forwards, Westwood and James Graham.
Promise you, he's hurt. Well, James Graham's belted him a couple of times on the back of the illegal tackle, hasn't he? So I'd like to see.
Nearly cut him in 2. Corbin Sims. He's up and plays it, but he's not exactly healthy. The kick, Tompkins missed out! Dropped on, and Daryl Millard will claim the try. The referee's having a look here. Well, might have been tempted to give it straight away, but he's going to refer it back to the video ref again. Is this a try or not for Daryl Millard? Have Fiji claimed the first scalp?
Kicking
Shane Hay.
Go back to the kick. Freeze it on the boot, please. Okay, so going nice and slow here. Threes, that's okay. So the outside 3 runners are onside. We'll roll it from here. We'll get a close-up on that, please. So we've got all the chasers onside. That's missed there. Yeah, can we just take that roller back and just slow that again, please? Just got the ball there, and of course, I'll hold it there. Yep, that's good. Okay, we're going to board. Yeah.
He's inspecting the ball.
How's this going to go down locally? Well, they're going to have another look.
That tackle there. Can we just go back? Yes, go back a bit, please. Yes, this one will be good. So he's playing at the ball there. He's got it there. Yeah, no, he can't do that. He can't do that. He can't tackle him without the ball. Just another one, please. Yeah, show me another angle of that, please. Playing at the ball there. He goes back. He goes to get it there, and he tackles him without the ball. Denies him the opportunity to do that. So yes, this will be no try. Okay, to be a penalty against Fiji for tackling Tompkins without the ball.
Oh boy, what a let-off for England. What a let-off for England. The fumble by Tompkins, but the tackle off the ball by Tariq Sims has saved England's scouts here, and they get away with a penalty.
Well, the video referee got the right decision in the end, but I think he'd given the score to Millard because he gets the ball down okay. Tompkins fumbles it, but what we see quite clearly is Tariq Sims tackling Sam Tompkins. It doesn't give him the opportunity to make a play at the ball or make a defensive play after the fumble between his legs.
So the explanation provided by our referee to Petro Sivanasiva. England with a penalty. My word, that would have been a sucker punch, wouldn't it?
Counter punch of all proportions, wouldn't it? It's been all England for 19 minutes, and then the last couple of minutes it's been Fiji at this end of the field. And gosh, it's a good game, and it's a physical game.
And it remains 0-0. 23.5 minutes played. McAlorum, Sinfield, Sam Burgess slamming it forward again. McAlorum, O'Loughlin running hard.
Off him now! Hold it, hold.
Graham is the man to his left here, but he's gone right. McAlorum to Sinfield, who's inside the 40 when he lets that fly, but it's not going to trouble the touchline. Kevin Nungama, fullback's having a bit of a fumbly day here today, and Kevin Nungama knocking it backwards.
Right here, James.
Well, it's a good exit set from England after the little bit of pressure that they've had, and Sinfield trying to get a 40-20, very nearly achieving that, which has swung the momentum back to England's way. But you have to say that Fiji are back in the game now, aren't they?
Yeah, they've got a sense now. They have got a sense. They are very much in this contest. Storer. England's defensive line looking to work hard here. 11 fewer tackles. Fiji have had to defend 2 extra sets so far, but this will even things up just a little. Inside the England half. Ball's gone free. Ryan Hall is wrestling away, and well, it looked as though they were free and running, but the referees decided there was a steal in there, I think.
Yeah, Corbin Sims is trying to offload as he's carrying a few people down the line, and England retrieve it, and we think Ryan Hall's away, and here's an offload from Corbin Sims that gives Hall the ball, and he's off on his travels, and there's 2 in the tackle quite clearly.
So the penalty for England, and they can take the tap restart deep inside Fijian territory. Sam Burgess with the initial drive and a good carry. Just pushed back a yard or 2, and again it's that man Ashton Sims who's involved in the defensive duties. McAlorum nowhere to go. Defenders quickly in his face. Options restricted. So this is Sean O'Loughlin. Sinfield inside for James Graham. They're liking that ball. McAlorum again. O'Loughlin again. Rangi Chase spinning it left. Tompkins turns in. Ryan Hall on the wing. Hall puts it back to Kutcho. Kutcho looking over the top. hurls it inside. This is Sinfield. Defenders coming flying at him, but Graham turns it back to Rangi Chase. Rangi Chase now with the dummy, trying to spin off the defender. The flick away to Watkins. Watkins now with a wonderful kick. Briscoe.
Great defence, Fiji.
Well,
You have to take your hat. That's good football from England. They've thrown the ball everywhere with a view to create an opportunity, and the blue jumpers have come from nowhere and closed the players down. That's great scramble defence. What's this? Offload. You have a go, Rangi. Beats one. Will he beat the second? Yeah, he's having a go at beating the second. Not only that, I'll offload. I'll flick it out the back door to Callum Watkins. Callum Watkins. There's a lot to do for Tom Briscoe there, and can't find any space on the kick, and that's a Fijian head and feed.
7 offloads. I think they were all in that little play, weren't they?
Yeah.
First time ball from Rangi Chase. Would that have been a different outcome? Callum Watkins standing in a bit more space?
Well, it's all second phase football, which will take the juice. If I got one concern for the Fijians, it's who they bring off the bench to replace the Ashton Sims and the Sivan Asivas and the other Corbin Sims. So they lose a little bit of quality. I don't think England do. So stay patient, England.
Release! Here and hold. No, 11.
So Fiji looking to bludgeon their way out of this end of the field. We can go down to the touchline. Cesar Wonga, one of the Fijian squad men, is with Damien Johnson.
Cesar, you feel pretty strongly that Millard effort should have stood?
Yeah, mate. I thought it was a try because I thought he got tackled before he catch the. After he catch the ball. So I think it's a try.
It's been a great start from Fiji.
Yeah, it's been a great start. We've been talking about this coming to this game just to stay in the grind and keep it simple, complete our sets, and make sure you get kicks and just keep staying on the grind. That's it.
Thanks, Cesar.
Well, it's what we expect it to be, isn't it? It's a real battle here. Fiji are no easy beats. Not like in previous World Cups. This is a team full of pedigree, full of quality.
Oh, great footwork, Tom Briscoe.
And a great offload as well.
Yeah.
Sinfield, who will be his Leeds teammate next year. Ryan Hall chiming in there as well. Trying to give it a bit of go forward now.
Back here, James.
Chase. Ferris.
Movement! Bring it back.
A couple of interchanges here. England, Rob Burrows come on. George Burgess has come on. That gives England something a little different, doesn't it? Especially with Burrow.
If he runs on the back of what Burgess can do, Rob Burrow, then watch out, Fiji, is all I can say.
Bring it back, Jason.
George is the man who takes it in, and it's Rob Burrow who stands here at dummy half again with that extra zip that he brings to the game. Tompkins now to his right-hand side. Watkins with a juggle. Briscoe again's got a half opportunity. He's had several of those, but he's had one or two of those as well. Corey Betty puts the shoulder in and puts him to the ground. Burrow tries to open dummy half. It's a clamp-like Fijian defence that is hanging on at the moment. The sixth tackle coming up. Sinfield kicks it wide. Here comes Hall. Doesn't quite reach him.
Great catch.
Fumble by Wes Nangama.
Wes Nangama. Great catch. They're having to do some defence out of Fiji.
2-0. England all the way.
Ranrandra is the man who runs it to the 20. Fiji looking to wind it up again here.
3 up with us.
It's a really tough contest we're watching at the moment. Half an hour played. They both know they're going through to the quarter-finals, barring a rugby league miracle taking place in Limerick later on today.
Last one now.
But they're both desperate to go there
back here.
with a wind in their sails. Vunakesi is on the bench, the number 15, off the bench rather. Chip over the top by Groom. It bounces in no man's land. It's an awkward bounce, which will be now picked up by Sinfield. And here comes Sam Tompkins racing through. England looking to take advantage of the lot they've been given. Sam Tompkins. And the Fijian defensive response again was impressive.
On the bounce of the ball, released Tompkins. It was a great kick, offensive kick from the Fijians.
Rangi Chase. Kevin Sinfield. Callum Watkins. Oh, there was nobody there. He's given it away. It's picked up by Corey Betty. And it's England's turn to have to respond.
Blown it. A little bit of impatience, but you can see the opportunities. Watkins couldn't quite catch him pass, and another let off for the Fijians. Oh! Welcome to England.
Vunakesi knows he's in a game. It's Batiki. Tarek Sims.
Last one there, Kevin.
Sixth tackle coming up. Fiji have lost the ball, and cleanly lost it. The referee decides Tariq Sims was responsible for his own misdemeanour there, despite his complaints. So it's an England head and feet at the scrum.
He's complaining that he's all... He dropped it.
No.
The referee said to him, I told you before, get up and play it.
Over here, guys. Back in.
4 errors apiece. Robbie Hunter-Paul, what are you making of all of this?
Well, it's a crucial final 10 minutes for Fiji if they're going to keep England at 0. Pedro Sinavasiv is obviously on the sideline, as well as Ashton Sims. Those two players have been absorbing a lot of what England's been throwing at them. With George Burgess now come on, you'll expect England to step up their tempo and try and get some points before the half-time is out.
And Jamie Peacock in the studio, watching on as well. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I think England have been very physical, allowed them to dominate field position, but it's just when they get down the other end of the field in Fijians 20, they're not executing quite as well as they'd like, and that means that they're not managing to score any tries so far. But it's a good opening start from England so far, especially physically.
Referee stopping the clock here.
Okay, knock on.
Well, I think he got a shout. It was a forward pass. I think he'd actually got a shout. Knock on.
Yeah.
From one of the touch judges, wasn't he? I think it even might have been the touch judge on this near side who spotted that.
Play with the ball.
How can he see? There's a block 10 metres away. Is that him? Is he the near one or the far one?
He's the near one.
Whoever had the ball.
The referee was very close. The touch judge on the far side was even closer, but the touch judge on this side has decided.
Okay, let's bind it here.
Let's have a look. Is it?
Yeah, not right there.
Yeah, that's right. Definitely
Okay,
was
let's
right.
go. Time.
Full marks touchy.
Okay.
He did well.
Stand up, boys, stand up. We've got
Official
time off.
sponsors doing a great job, aren't they? You can see that far.
Okay, right. Yeah. Okay, James, you go. Okay.
So Fiji,
Benders.
head and feet,
Okay,
8 minutes to half-time. It's the lowest scoring game in this World Cup so far. I think US against Scotland the other night was only 8-0 at half-time. I can't think of many other games that have been as low scoring in this tournament. And a thrill ride at times. Here's Aloni Vunakesi.
Back here, back here, back here.
For the Wyong-Roos. This is Millard. Wide. Groom helping it on again. The fullback Ngama is in there
Move
too.
now! Back here, back here. Wait. Go, three.
Sam Burgess just lighting him up and going flying out.
Wait there, time. Pick up the ball.
Has to go back a stride or two because the referee had shouted held back there, so
4 tackles.
slows things up a little bit. Millard, Ryan Millard misses his man, taken on by Tariq Sims, inside ball and try for Aloni Vunakesi. That's how you execute. That's how you play in your opponent's 20. Support, Christmas, try, Vunakesi and Fiji. England wide open.
Well, this game just got a whole lot tougher for England. Millard hits Sims on the fly and Vunakesi on the inside to support. Millard is a superb ball. 2 attackers, here we see him with the ball, and boom! Tariq Sims hits the hole, and inside has Vunakesi just to finish the play. And you're quite right, Dave. That's how you execute a play. They're built for that one play. They've got the play. People moving at one defender. Difficult decisions for the English. This game just got a whole lot harder for England.
Well, he's an unlikely-looking character, isn't he, Aloni Vunakesi? With that big afro, the big blonde afro. Apparently it's the result of a bet 2 years ago that he's still waiting for the winnings for.
Thank you. Time.
Liked it so much, he kept the hairstyle. And he's certainly an eye-catcher.
Just hold on there, mate.
With the opening try for Fiji, with 33 minutes played. And Wes Ngama with a chance to add another 2. It's a wake-up call for England here.
They've had all the ball. Fiji have been down here twice and scored once. And that'd be a concern for England.
So where's Ngama of the Penrith Panthers with a kick that's sweet enough. The flags are up to confirm it. And Fiji have the lead by 6 points to 0, with half-time looming here. And England need to steady this ship quickly.
Well, take a bow, Millard. And Tarek Sims hits the hole, but he has to have the ball in front of him there to hit that hole. And great push play on the inside from Bunakeke.
So England restart. Fiji will get the ball back again here. 5 minutes of the first half remaining. And England needing a response as Junior Ongika brings it forward. Queuing up to have a go at this English defensive line here, the Fijians, as they try to blast it out of their own territory. Well, you were asking what the response would be when some of the bigger players went off, when Ashton Sims had to retreat to the sidelines, when Petra Simonasiva had to retreat to the sidelines. And the Fijians are not showing any signs of weakness so far, are they?
That's ball, off the ball! Get up.
To explain what I view is his one player is Tarek Sims. You know, he's outlined for Origin the last couple of years, but injuries have stopped him playing Origin football in Australia. So he's high quality.
He's broken his leg twice in the last couple of years, hasn't he? It's some injury problems he's had. Here comes Ryan Hall now, running back at a Fijian line that seems ready for him. Wes Mangama is the man who makes that tackle.
Oh, back here.
So 4 minutes to go before the break, and England looking to get themselves on the scoreboard here and try to lift their spirits.
Get up.
Burrow. It's George Burgess. Loves to hammer it in and get down and play that ball, but he's slowed down here. Lunakesi hanging on to make sure he is slowed down. Burrow sprinting across the line behind Sam Burgess. Sinfield. Hill, Chris Hill. It's a strong carry.
Off the ball.
Well, that's tackle 5. Here comes the last. Burrow. Sinfield. A chip and a chase. Briscoe's after it, but I think it's too close. Oh, Briscoe's got that! Superbly well, but the Fijian defence.
Saying they tackled him in the air.
I understand, and that's a rule. Attack or defence, you can't tackle him in the air.
Well, there you go. Referee saying my understanding, that's the rule. You can't tackle him in the air, and his understanding's absolutely spot on.
Well, you can't. In goal, you can. Just for our viewers, that would have been in goal. To stop a try, you can.
But England are being roared on by this big whole crowd now. Can they provide the response?
That's one, out with it, Sam! Back on the line,
Sam Burgess to his feet.
Go, keep going, hand in.
Burrow. Chase. Sinfield! Sinfield! Wonderful by Kevin Sinfield! Westwood there to finish it. England do responding kind. Benny Westwood plunging in. Kevin Sinfield, the architect. And England could be back level shortly now.
Well done, Kevin Sinfield, and this is the reason why they're there. They're saying that Tom Briscoe's been tackled in the air by Kevin Nguama, so there's the penalty. There's the reason for the penalty at least. And here we are. Chase releases Sinfield, plays north to south, goes at the line himself, gets his right hand free, and Westwood follows through on the inside. And anything you can do, we can do. Well done, Chase. Finds Sinfield, straightens on the line up, becomes a threat on the inside. Ben Westwood releases himself, gets himself free. Great score, England.
And they needed it. Boy, did they need it.
Well, the reason I was saying the game got a whole lot tougher and harder was because that quick response has helped them out. Because the longer they leave it, the more energy PG get, the more belief they get that they can get over the line.
So Kevin Sinfield with a chance to bring England back level.
Yeah, that's good.
And he ain't going to miss it. He ain't going to miss it. Having set up that try, he adds the finishing touches too. It is 6 points apiece.
Yeah, here we see, and it's good hands from the half. Burrow, Chase, Sinfield. Sinfield straightening up's the key, taking somebody on one-on-one and getting his hands free because the tackle was made. And that Westwood making himself both available on the outside for the initial pass that Sinfield wanted, and then following back on the inside to when he got his right arm free for the offload.
First England try, I believe, for Ben Westwood as well. So that's a good way to break it up. Minute left to play here in this first half, so England should get a full set of 6 here, but from deep inside their own half. What do they do here? It's a clattering effort by George Burgess in the first instance.
Release now! Play the ball, hold it.
And Rob Burrow stands and delivers to Hill.
That was a great catch from Hill.
It was.
That's two! Release! Hold it, hold. Go.
Burrow again. Sam Burgess. Sauter, their hands in there. Penalty. Penalty. Much too far to think about kicking for goal. 62 yards or so they will be looking to find touch here as quickly as they can. Sinfield drilling it out of play. That's a terrific kick. Now, can they get there and play this before the hooter sounds to give themselves an extra player?
Probably got one player.
Here they go, Sinfield. Last play of the half, you fancy. Rangi Chase. Where are they going? Outlet to Cucho. Cucho with a kick through. Ryan Hall chases after it, and all that Kevin Ndama has to do is catch a hold and take it out of play to finish the half at 6 points apiece. It was a slow burner, but it was explosive towards the end of that 40 minutes.
Came to life, showed the threats of Fiji. England on top for 35 minutes of that half. You have to say, the threat that Fiji possessed, you can't take a second off. It's a test match.
So Robbie Hunter-Paul down on the touchline. What have you got for us, Robbie?